my lovelies. Well, today I wanted to talk to you about my weight loss experience, my weight loss journey, and my issues with my weight in general. And, I did lose 135 pounds. I went from being 270 pounds to my lowest weight was about 129. Currently, I'm 135. That doesn't really bother me much because I do find that when people, as I observe people in my even in my experience, we do gravitate. After we've lose weight, some people, I would even say most people, weight gain from 5 to 10 pounds. Once it get past that point, it can become a problem. But anyhow, I can recall as a kid, my sister and I, we would go sneak into my mother's cookie jar, and she would have her little Debbie's cream pie, the oatmeal cream pie, and we would hope to God that she didn't notice any of them gone. Sometimes, well, I would even say most times she didn't say anything, but sometimes she would say, "Who took my cookies?" And from that point, I remember being happy about eating. It just overjoyed me. And I would use it for when I was happy, when I was sad. I would, eat my now and laters and, my Tootsie Rolls. But I often wondered, why didn't I put on weight as a kid? And some people would answer, well, it's hormonal. At that time you're growing, your hormones are growing, that's the issue, because a lot of times when we're going through our puberty, we can take in a little bit more calories because of all of the human growth hormones that are being produced. So some would give that explanation. But I would say also that, as a child in the 80s, we really didn't have to didn't have to be prescribed exercise regimens. Like, okay, statistically, children should exercise 30 to 60 minutes a day, because of their playing too many video games. No, we had video games like Atari, we would play Pac-Man, but for the most part, we had recess in school, and we would do jumping jacks and flips and cartwheels just for the heck of it. We would play baseball. We had things to do. Even at home, we would jump rope, ride our bikes. It was fun. We exercised, and we didn't know it. We didn't know we were exercising. As I became an adult, I struggled with depression, severe depression. I wouldn't necessarily call it clinical because I didn't get examined or anything, but I did experience depression throughout my life. And I had really no reason to say, okay, I'm depressed because of this. I just really started to put on weight because I loved to eat. Food used to be joyful for me, as a joy. But then when the habit became just detrimental and my exercise sort of capped off, I started getting heavy. And the balance was off. I was no longer doing exercise and eating and maintaining. I was still eating, but I wasn't exercising. And I became depressed looking at how I looked. I felt awful. I developed arthritis. My back was excruciating pain. So that caused me to really feel depressed because I felt like I didn't have any control over my life. And a lot of times in today's society, money is supposed to be the ultimate goal for success. You are successful if you have money. But if you don't have health, how successful is money for you? Okay, well, yeah, let's think about that. Your money can pay for great health care. Great, because you're going to need it. That's my motto. But for me, success is not just having wealth. Don't get me wrong. We all want money. I love money. Money answers all things, according to that's what the Bible says. But health is essential for enjoying life. If you have bad arthritis because you have too much weight on you, you can have all the money in the world, but is it gonna, yeah, can you walk around the park? Can you really enjoy life? For me, that was my life. I had crippling arthritis where I could barely walk. My knees would swell because of all the weight. I'm 5'4" and I was 270 pounds. And then, I would sit down, my back, I had to always have a pillow against my back because I was in pain, horrific pain. So, what I did, I really prayed about it. And, everybody doesn't believe in God. Everybody's experience with their belief is different. I prayed, I said, I need help. I cried out, I need help, Lord. I need help. I am addicted to food. I don't know where to start. I don't have any idea, but it's getting out of control. And I began to experience a strength in me, and it led me to do more research. It led me to first deny the things that I was eating that had me out of control. So I started eating more fruit. I just used the knowledge I already had. I knew that salads and fruit was healthy. That's all I really knew, because I was a girl that made macaroni and fried my chicken, But I started just doing the things I knew. I would walk and I would eat fruit. I didn't really eliminate all the other things because I really didn't know what to substitute them with. But just those small changes, I started to see results. So, this was me as a kid, me and my sister doing the snake. We had a lot of fun. And this right here was me, my friend's daughter. And I actually was 220 pounds on this picture. This picture is very old. I had lost 50 pounds from this picture since I was 50 pounds heavier than this. And you couldn't tell me I wasn't skinny on that picture. So, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and it has been a rewarding journey. But nonetheless, it's been hard. It's been a struggle because it's not just about the outside. Your inner world makes an appearance on the outside. So if you are eating because you have emotional and mental issues, it's going to show. Because your appearance is based on what's going in. The inner world is the real world. The outer world is just a facade most of the time. But if you want your outer world to be as authentic, it's going to be authentic. Eventually, your real self on the inside is going to catch up with the outside world. And you're not going to be able to hide what's going on. So, I would say deal with what's going on the inside. If you need help, get help. It's nothing wrong with talking to someone about what happened to you in life, or going to, I would even say, joining Weight Watchers, and talking with people that can help you, or some program that can help deal with emotional issues, or talking to someone who is willing to help, because it's not just about going on a diet. It's about dealing with what's going on, because I always ask people this. Okay, so you go on a diet. What is the purpose of your body? Now, I'm not talking about some grand spiritual purpose, but what I'm saying is, why do you want to lose weight? Some people want to lose weight because they want to compete. That's what they want to do for a living. So, okay, that's why they want to get small. Some people want to lose weight because they want to run marathons. Some people want to lose weight for their kids so they can play with their kids. Some people want to lose weight because, hey, I've got a wedding coming up and I just want to feel better. Find out what is the reason. Because if you don't have a purpose for losing weight, you're not going to stick with it. If your purpose for losing weight is just to see a number on a scale, guess what? That battle with food is going to outweigh that mediocre reason. Your purpose has to be lit up on fire and has to be able to compete with your addictions. If your purpose is this small and your addiction is this big, your addiction is going to swallow that up. You have to at least have a purpose that's going to, even if it's not big as your addiction, it has to at least be able to battle it. Because as we know, David wasn't as big as Goliath, but he had the power and the skill to fight it. So let your purpose be as powerful as your addiction. If you're doing it because you want to improve your health, let that resonate in your mind every day. Remember that purpose. Write it down, because that addiction is going to speak to you all day. And it's kind of hard to fight it if that purpose is not equally speaking to you. That purpose, as soon as that addiction says, oh, come on, stop at McDonald's. Go ahead. If you don't have a loud voice for that purpose, if that purpose is not birthed in you and it doesn't have a voice, the only voice you're going to hear is addiction. You don't have anything to fight that other voice. So make sure you talk to yourself every day. Even if you fall short and you do stop at McDonald's, don't stop giving that other voice room to speak to you. Don't stop giving that other voice the authority to say to you, don't give up. You fail, get back up. This is why you want to do it. You want to do it because you want to play with your kids. You want to do it because your health. You want to do it because you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure or heart disease or diabetes. You want to do it because you want to compete in the competition. You want to do it because you want to run a marathon. Let the voice speak to you every day and never give up. Never. So, we're going to talk more about my weight loss journey and what I think about it. These are the things that I've struggled with. These are the voices, the addiction. So I'm not just giving advice. I am saying this because it's my experience. All right? So I'm signing out and I am telling you, let your voice be birthed. Let your fight start. Don't get TKO'd. Let the fight of victory start today.